Justin, you're pretty familiar with young people, perhaps even more than me. You want to take some questions from these folks?
For sure.
All right, only young people. Yes, dear.
I have a question about where boundaries would be. As a parent, my daughter is living with her boyfriend, and we had gone out to dinner the other night. I love her. She knows I love her. I engage with her. We do things. But after dinner, we met with the parents of the boyfriend, and I thought, oh, we're going to have a good discussion. Maybe there's going to be an engagement ring, maybe an announcement. And at the end of dinner, it was a nice dinner, but I was disappointed. I said, oh, it was so nice. I said, yes, but it was missing one thing. And they all said, oh, what? And I said,
Dessert, the tiramisu?
I said, where's the engagement ring? Where's the wedding announcement? And of course, some of the people at the table rolled their eyes, and some people say, well, we have to be patient. And I said it. I try not to say it a lot. I like to sing that song, If You Don't Know Me By Now.
You didn't sing the song, did you?
I sometimes
That's probably
do.
what did it.
And if you know me, you know that I sing all the time. But the thing is, okay, they do know me, so maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
They do
so
know
where's
you
my
is right.
boundaries?
Justin, take it.
Yeah, I think it's just important to continue the relationship. You can't control them. You can only control you. And the point is, keeping that open window is the key thing. How can you keep the most open windows? That's how you're going to get the most light of Christ into their life, the more windows that are open. So it's also finding, and the other thing that helps is finding other people that they respect, that, maybe you can open a window and an opportunity through someone else.
Well, that's part of the problem here is, and I see this with parents of young adult children, they feel a moral obligation to every so often just to remind, I'm still here and I still think the way I do. Your daughter's 22, right?
Yeah.
How many years did she live with you?
21.
Don't you think in 21 years she picked up where you stood morally?
I think she knows.
Yes. Got another one? Yes, ma'am.
It seems like in our society today, the culture that's around us, it becomes the norm that people live together, they don't get married. And they want to try it out. Let's live together. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, well, maybe we'll move on to the next one. But, the kids today, they see this. They see their parents, or they're not married, but they had children together. They're living together, and they'll let their daughter or their son's girlfriend or daughter sleep over, maybe, in the room, It's a shame, because where's the marriage? Where's our church? And it's just fallen away.
I think the only thing you can do is in your relationship, are you married?
I'm a widow.
Yeah, widow. But in your marriage, what they saw from you, that's the example you've had. And what a gift. What a gift. The other thing is that can help is always finding a way, to be the witness, to be that credible witness, and finding other marriages to get them. That's what I do. I surround my kids without them even knowing it. They're here tonight. Some of them are in the audience. But the reason why I surround them is with as many witnesses as I can around them. So they go, oh, I love Uncle Rich. I love Uncle Timmy.
Uncle Ray.
Uncle Ray too, yes. Uncle Dr. Ray. Uncle Dr. Ray. And so those witnesses end up becoming those models. So I pray a prayer each day for my family. And it's, Lord, put a fortress around my family that no matter how far they may run from you, that they'll get exhausted from the climb and fall back into their loving arms. Look, I can't control them, but I can build a fortress for them. And I want to build that fortress that's so wide that they go, the love of God surrounds me like never before. So just keep praying, Lord, build that fortress for my family.
You ain't gonna one-up me, big boy. Part of the problem, too, is that it is viewed as moral restriction. That's old-time stuff just designed to constrict me, when in fact, if you really understand God, He gives us these rules because that's the best way to live. And the kids nowadays see it as, you've just constricted me. That's all you've done. Time for one more quick. Yes, sir.
Yes, did I hear correctly in that video, are unmarried couples who are cohabiting more likely to divorce after they marry than couples who live apart until marriage.
Yeah.
That's heavy true. It's intuitively, you wouldn't think it, right? Intuitively, you'd think, well, you know the person, you live with them, you see if it works out. Why then, Justin, why then does it work the opposite?
It works the opposite. Like for me, like my wife and I, you know, we dated for 6 years. You know, never
Took her a while to like you.
to figure it out. I got rejected a couple times.
She gave him an ultimatum 2 years into the relationship. She said, you either tell me your name or it's over.
But in those 6 years, like those sacrifices you make, he who sacrifices the most, pain and suffering leads to joy. You know, that pain and suffering that nowadays they look at it as like, oh man, you know, I don't want to go through that. I want to sacrifice. I want it to feel good. But when they see that somebody can sacrifice like my wife and I did, it builds great credibility. The more you sacrifice for a car, the more you appreciate it. So
I'll tell you what, we got to have you back. Now, I don't think you really need me up here.
No, I
Okay, so when you
do.
come back, our friend, the guy that threw him up against the wall, he tried that with me, but he knew better. Father Larry
You
Richards.
work out more than him.
We love him. And he's coming up in the next segment. He's talking about having a relationship with Jesus when we come back.